Okay. So how many participants do we have today?
We have a total of 34 participants.
Wonderful. Sounds cool. Okay, guys, good evening. My name is Lieutenant Commander Nikhil Kumar Chandrakala. I'm really sorry. I'm not able to turn on my camera because I have to take this webinar on my iPad, and only iPad, one system can be made host. And because I have to write on the iPad, I can't switch on the camera because you'll not be able to see me. But after the session is over, I'll switch on the camera and then we can take the question and answers from there. Okay, guys, so today's webinar is about how to prepare for group discussions in services selection boards. I represent here Integrated SSB Virtuosos. This is a unit of CS Joint Services Academy. And we follow this Vakta Indriyam Vihiti Sampe, where we say where your Manasa, your Vacha, and your Karmana sync. So when your thoughts, actions, and speech, when they sync, you become limitless and fearless. The story begins here. That whether your Manasa, Vacha, Karmana sync, what your minds, your action, and your speech, when they sync, you become limitless and you become fearless. That's exactly what is assessed by the Services Selection Board, your only gateway to become officer in the Indian Armed Forces, Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. Okay, so that's about me. These are the things that you're gonna see today. The topic of the day is how to prepare for the group discussions in Services Selection Board. I'll touch upon what exactly Services Selection Board. We'll have a slide question and answer session as well, and what's there to offer at Integrated SSB Virtuosos. That also we'll discuss. Okay. Okay. Now, quick question: how many people are joining for the first time in this webinar? Yeah, Hima.
Me, sir. Yes, sir, for the first time. I also want to ask one more thing. Are mostly these guys from Ramaya College? That also, if you can let us know. First day. No. Okay. So there are people from Ramaya also. I think they're joining for the first time, and there are people who are joining just for the first time. I think they've come from Instagram. And okay. बहुत सारे लोग हैं. There are a lot of people joining for the first time. So maybe we need to ask them if they know what is SSB or.
Yeah. So now, in case if you guys have any questions, just post them into the comment section, and then subsequently we'll start taking your questions in a while. अब थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं. Who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? Okay. And so I am Lieutenant Commander Nikhil Kumar Chandrakala. I am a Defense Institute of Psychological Research certified group testing officer. I was commissioning crew of Services Selection Board Kolkata, and I'm ex-12 SSB Bangalore. I have a master's in psychology. In my career as a group testing officer, I have assessed more than 12,000 candidates in my career. And I also happen to be the youngest group testing officer in the history of independent India. So that was about me. You can follow me on Instagram. That's my profile. We just hit about 4K followers today. Thank you to the Instagram family. A former warship captain, I was also flag lieutenant. Flag lieutenant is basically aide-de camp equivalent of the Indian Army. I was ADC to the naval commander of Maharashtra and Gujarat. And like I mentioned, that I was commissioning crew of SSB Kolkata, and I'm ex-12 SSB and India's youngest group testing officer. That's my handle for learning about SSB, Services Selection Board. It's called as SSB with ISV. And this is my YouTube channel, Roger That with NKC. Okay, and that's my website, and that's about it. This is Roger That with NKC. I launched the channel on 3rd Jan, and today I am sitting at about 6,000 subscribers, just 13 videos. So this is exploding like anything. I will request all of you to go to YouTube and check this channel, read what this channel is about, and then you will find what do I have to offer to all of you. Okay, this is my podcast, Roger That with NKC, Nikhil Kumar Chandrakala. Okay, and this is my SSB Mentoring channel, which goes by the name Integrated SSB Virtuosos, breaking most myths about service selection board that's floating around here and there on the internet. We have about 1.65K subscribers here. I'm sure you'll find a lot of content, authentic content about service selection board on this channel as well. Okay, so this was today's topic, how to prepare for group discussions. This is the topic of the day. Be a good listener. See guys, let me touch upon the exact thing. Hota kya hai? Exact SSB mein. This is exactly what happens. The group testing officer, he makes you do something which is called as group situational tasks. This group is a experimental group which is subjected to a situation-based task. Situation-based task. Okay. The first task is GD, which is group discussion. Okay. And GTO is trying to assess something which is called as group effectiveness. He's trying to assess how effective member of the group you are. That's what he wants. Now, group effectiveness has certain components. I will not get into the depth of that. But how effective member of the group means you are, what does that mean exactly? How are you going to increase the level and standard of the group? Now, this is all happening. This all starts from your first task, which is group discussion. Okay. So GD may something you will have a topic. This topic has got 3 leads. Lead 1, lead 2, and lead 3. You can talk on any lead. Okay. The briefing for the group discussion goes something like that. Gentlemen, or ladies, in case if it's women's batch, gentlemen, the first task that you're going to do today morning is called as group discussion. This is a general discussion on some topic of common interest, much in the same way as you would be doing in your hostels, common rooms, or over a cup of tea or coffee with your friends or family members at your homes or in a restaurant. This is not a debate. This is not a debate. There is no chairman. You need not take any sides. You can speak what you like, when you like, and as many times as you like. However, there is only one condition, that at any given point of time, only one person should speak so that everyone can understand what ideas are being shared. Please do not worry about your expression. We are interested in your ideas. So as long as you can convey your ideas in any manner, in any form, that you're good enough to go. So to start with, I shall offer 2 subjects to you and let you choose one for the discussion. Once you have chosen a topic, then I shall repeat the same so that we are all clear about the topic of discussion. And then I'll give you about 20 to 25 minutes to exchange your views about it. Thereafter, I'll give you one more topic, but this time without a choice. And for that topic also, you will get about 2 minutes to 20 minutes to discuss. The language to be used here is English. However, if you get stuck, you may speak in Hindi, but do revert to English as soon as you can. And after that, GTO makes you sit around in a circle in a numerical sequence clockwise. And then he announces the 2 topics for you to choose from. Now, whatever topic you get, the topic has got 3 leads. You can talk on any lead. There are no restriction. Talk on any lead. There is no restriction. Like, for example, if I were to say a group discussion topic, in your opinion, what will bring the doomsday of humanity on Earth? Whether it's going to be another similar pandemic like COVID, or it's going to be weapons of mass destruction, or it's going to be climate change. So now this becomes your lead 1, lead 2, and lead 3, and this is your topic, because this is not a debate. Then you can speak on any lead that you want. You don't have to take any sides, and there is no conclusion. That means you can talk on any lead. Let's break this myth today. You can talk on any lead, you can speak whatever you want. So this is about the leads. Now, how do you actually contribute the points? Pay attention, guys. This is most important thing. So this is with respect to time. Now this is the level of the group. You start at 0 time. Your first task is GD, then you'll go GP, then you'll go PGT, and so on. You're starting at this level. With respect to time, if you are able to increase the level of this group, level of performance, the finesse and depth of knowledge that can be contributed with respect to time, you are a good candidate. High probability to get recommended. Now, how do you increase the level of the discussion? You need to have answers to 6 wives and 1 husband. That's which, when, why, who, where, what, and how. If you have answers to these 6 wives and 1 husband about topics of common interest that are happening in and around you, nationally and internationally, the current affairs, you're good to go in GD. But the point is, once the GTO announces the topic, everyone starts talking simultaneously. Okay, so this is chest number 1, chest number 2, chest number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and let's say this is 10. Suppose there are 10 candidates in a group. Now, if chest number 1 has spoken, if after that chest number 2 wants to talk, if 2 talks about something as though chest number 1, whatever he said or she said, does not count anything, that means you are not increasing the level of the group. To increase the level of the group, the level of finesse, the contribution, you need to build up upon the last point that was spoken in the GD. So you need to listen to what other people are saying, and then you need to open your mouth and contribute by giving facts and figures, which are answers to these things. Once you give this, depending upon what last point was spoken, whatever you contribute over that point, that means you're increasing the level. That is how you handle the fish market like situations, and that's how you increase the level of your contribution and you increase the level of the group. This is exactly how GD is carried out, or should be carried out, or must be carried out. Okay. Okay. So that was about it. You have to maintain a positive attitude. This is what I mean by increasing the level of the group. You have to respect diverse opinions. So whatever idea that came in, you have to build upon it, and then you take the level, you take it up. Again, whatever ideas have come, further you build upon it, and then you take it up. This is how the group discussion should be carried out, so that you're increasing the level of contribution and depth of knowledge. Basically, that's facts and figures. In a group discussion of 20 minutes, you will not get more than 6 to 8 chances to talk. That's all. You will not get chances more than that. So, what do? This is exactly what you need to do. Okay. State your opinions clearly. That means brevity is the key. You have to be brief. You have to speak in short. That means your command over English language has to be really nice. Okay. So to understand the concept better, you can always join my classes where we discuss this in depth. Okay, let's take some questions, Hema.
Yeah, so I can see one question from Shubham. He's saying, what if we are not aware of the facts and figures related to the lead taken by the group? How to build on it?
Then you have some another lead which you can push. You have to apply the logic, because all three things will be interrelated to the main topic of the discussion. Next.
There's one question from anonymous attendee. Sir, can we change the lead after choosing one?
Yeah, I just now said that you can change, you can speak on any lead, you don't have to come to any conclusion.
Okay. We are having we don't have any other question now. So guys, we will take more questions. If you want, you can just put your type your questions in the questions and answer section, and I'll take it from there. I have one more. Okay, questions are here, so I'll take these two also. Sir, what if people in group are speaking for long durations and not listening to other opinions?
If people are speaking for long durations, if they are repeating, then you can cut them. But if they are not repeating, let them finish their point and then you build up on it.
Same applies for PPDT and GP discussions also?
Yes, you have to listen to the previous point and then you have to build up upon it. If everybody talks simultaneously, then you will not be able to reach the level of the group.
Narendra is asking what to do when the group does not listen to your point.
You have to find that gap and you have to hit the hammer when the iron is hot.
Yeah.
If everything goes out of the control, GTO will take charge and he will make the group quiet. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So guys, you can put more questions and we'll take it further. You can continue from here.
Okay, guys. So this is the roadmap. Basically, now after 10+2, you have NDA written exam, or you can join directly 10+2 BTech entry in the Navy or in the Army, which is called as Technical Entry Scheme, TES. In case if you are BA and BCom graduate, you can write CDS ka written exam, only Army, no Navy and the Air Force. If you have a science degree, BSc or BTech, then you can write CDSC or AFCAT or Technical Graduate Course for engineers only. and you can join the Navy, Army, or the Air Force, whatever. Okay. And there are different SSB entries. Basically, this is whatever written exams you write or non-written exams you write. Finally, at the end of the day, the story is going to come and end on SSB. Okay. So broadly, just understand that you have UPSC and non-UPSC entry. Basically, NDA written exam or CDSE written exam. That is UPSC. And other than that, there are non-UPSC entries, so that you don't have to write any written exam. Okay. That's it. So generally, this is what covers all the entries to become officers in the Army, Navy, or the Air Force. This encompasses almost everything. Okay. Other than that, you have direct entry. Mostly, this is for the engineers. And JAG entry is basically lawyer. वो देखा ही होगा आपने शौर्य movie. So this is basically that. And NCC special entry is something which is special, which is non-tech direct entry. So this is straightforward. Okay. Okay. Once you clear the written exam or you get shortlisted via direct entry, then you will get a call for the services selection board. सारी कहानी यहाँ पे आके खत्म है. 5-day interview procedure. आप लोग बोलते हो ना interview procedure. That's wrong. This is not an interview. You're appearing for a board. ये अपने आप में this much is enough. Okay. Now, what is this SSB? It's your only gate to become an officer in the Indian Defence Forces. Actually, this is 21 boards across various centers. So this is 21 boards in the country. So like you have various, so you have got 5 Air Force ke boards. Okay. You have a board in Dehradun. Then you have a board in Varanasi. Then you have a board in Mysore. Then you have a board in Gandhinagar. And then you have a board in Guwahati. Then you have 4 naval boards, which is 33 board in Bhopal. Then you have got 12 SSB Bangalore. Then you have Naval Selection Board in Visakhapatnam. NSB Coimbatore is decommissioned now. And in place of that, you have SSB Kolkata. I was commissioning crew of this board. I made this board. Okay. And then you have something called as Army. Army may you have Selection Center North, which shifted from Kapurthala to now Jalandhar. You have, I think, 2 boards there. Then you have Selection Center East, that is Allahabad. We have 5 army boards there. Then Bhopal Selection Center, it has got 3 army boards. And then you have Selection Center South Bangalore, where you have 2 army boards. So ऐसे करके total 21 boards है country में. And see guys, SSB process 5 दिन का है. Day 1, it's a course filtration. OIR test होता है, Officer Intelligence Reading Skill Test. And then you have picture perception and description test. ये दोनों के basis पे we select people for stage 2, which is the detailed selection process. Day 2, you have psych test. These are the 4 tests: TAT, WAT, SRT, and SDT. And then you have day 3 and 4, the most interesting part of your stay at the SSB, the group situational task. Group testing नहीं बोलते हैं, it is group situational tasks. Okay. And then you have, in between, you have an interview with the interviewing officer. And finally, on the 5th day, there is a conference where the GTO, the group testing officer, the interviewing officer, and the psychologist, they come together and they make up their mind in recommending whether to recommend you or not for a career in the Indian Armed Forces as an officer. यही process है. Now, basically SSB difficult तो है नहीं, ठीक है. And what does it take to become an officer? ये बहुत ही simple सी चीज है. Just pay attention. The assessors who are sitting in the SSB, they are experienced. They are experienced because they have to judge these qualities, which are called officer-like qualities. These are officer-like qualities. This is nothing but a method of interpretation of your personality. So let's say if there are about 8.3 billion people on Earth, everybody has got officer-like qualities. It is just a particular shade that we are looking at. Shade of OLQ. It's nothing but it's just personality का interpretation है ये तुम्हारा. This interpretation एक particular shade है, एक minimum acceptable level है. If you are meeting that bar, then only you get recommended. That's the whole kahani of about SSB. Okay, so meet one of my students. His name is Krishna. He comes from a very simple, non-defense background. Very, very humble person. He studied with me just for 8 days, and he got recommended. Okay. Now this girl is Rutuja. For the first time in her life, she went and appeared for the SSB. She comes from an IT background. Very, very nervous initially during the classes, but with dedication and hard work, she made it. First time ever in her life, and she got recommended. Okay. Now this guy, Madhvendra, very, very clear motive and got recommended. Now this guy also appeared for the first time, and he was my student. Again, got recommended. Okay. Okay. His passion was to serve as an Indian Army officer. He's in. This is what he had to say about my classes. You guys can take your time to read what's written on the screen. Okay. Okay, Hema, let's take some questions now. Hello.
Yeah. So there are quite a few questions. I'll take them. Sri Harini is asking, sir, can I join the Navy and work in submarines? Can a girl join Indian Navy as a submariner?
Up until now, we have not seen that, but we have the first woman naval officer who has taken over as captain, commanding officer of a ship. And there have been lady officers who have been posted on ships as logistics officers. Okay. I'll request you to go and Google first female officer to become captain of a warship. She is an observer. She was Naval Air Operations Officer, the person who sits besides the pilot in aircrafts and takes charge of naval air operations. So, yep, somebody wrote that. Lieutenant Commander Prerna Devsthali. Yeah, she's my senior. I know her. So, अगर ships के लिए खुल गया है तो submarines के लिए भी खुल जाएगा in the near future. Okay, next.
Next question is, sir, regarding SSB interview as a whole, what kind of mental and psychological qualities are expected by SSB interviewers?
Give me a man with reasonable common sense and decency, and I can turn him into an officer. Not only me, I'm not the one who's speaking this, originally spoken by Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. When I say that give me a man with reasonable common sense means this. Let me just show it to you on the screen. Reasonable common sense encompasses this effective intelligence. But for this to come, you need to know this, and this. Okay? And decency का मतलब होता है ये sense of responsibility. ये आएगा तो ये और ये भी आएगा. अगर इतना तुम्हारा क्लियर है, ये आएगा तो तुम ये सब भी कर सकते हो. ठीक है. और डिसेंसी अगर ये रहेगा तो अपने आप ये भी आ जाएगा. Everything will be there. Reasonable common sense and decency. That's all what you need to have to clear SSB. If that answers your question. Next.
So the next question is, I'll take the next question. Next question is, sir, For the defense aspirant, is it necessary to have a plan B?
Yeah, you should have a plan B.
Okay, what will be
हर किसी के लिए प्लान भी तो होना ही चाहिए.
next is what will be our roles as an officer after we join via SSC Tech?
So SSC Tech, if it's the army, then you generally get commissioned into engineers or EME. Generally यही होता है. Engineers, they basically make bridges. They are combatant arm, and they also do anything and everything related to setting up of anything and everything before an infantry comes and takes over. Plus mines लगाना, mines निकालना, तो काफी कुछ है. Core of engineers, just search on Google and you will come to know exactly what do these guys do. And then for EME, they are basically maintenance and upkeep of anything and everything that you see of the army that's being ridden. चाहे वो जिप्सीज हो, ट्रक्स हो, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए जो भी इक्विपमेंट्स है, या फिर यू सी एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू BMPs, मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री और आर्मर्ड रेजिमेंटेड टैंक्स, या फिर रॉकेट लॉन्चर्स. तो जितना भी व्हीकल्स एंड जितना भी मूवमेंट के लिए जितना भी सिस्टम्स है, तो दीज गाइस आर इलेक्ट्रिकल मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर्स. दे टेक केयर ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट एंड स्टोर्स ऑफ द army. And as far as the SSC Tech in the Navy is concerned, if you are joining as an electrical officer, then you are taking care of communication systems, radars and sonars and things like that on the ship. And if you are joining in the engineering branch, if you are an engineer officer, then you are taking care of the propulsion systems of the ships. Okay, that's all.
Next question is, sir, what we have to answer for this question, that if you are not recommended this time, then what will you do? I didn't understand the question, by the way, but yeah.
That means that कि अगर तुम इस बार अगर नहीं recommend हो रहे हो, तो तुम्हारा plan भी है क्या? तुम्हारे पास clarity of thought है क्या? They are trying to check clarity of thought.
How to increase our speed for SRT test?
There is nothing like you have to increase the speed. You need to understand कि अगर तुम उस सिचुएशन में होते तो तुम क्या करते. तो it's a response that needs to come out of you. It's original. तो उसमें स्पीड की बात नहीं है. It has to click. Whatever is your first response is your response. There is nothing like a right response. There is nothing like a wrong response. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. It is just your first response. जितने लोग बोलते हैं कि सही तरीके से ऐसे लिखना चाहिए, वैसे नहीं लिखना चाहिए, जो लोग ये बोलते हैं, सब लोग आपको बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. We just need first response. Next.
Sir, can BA become also, can they apply for FCAT written exam for administration, accounts or logistic branch?
I think you should be able to, but just check the actual eligibility criteria on the careerairforce.nic.in website. Next.
What type of psychological questions would they ask?
The whole test that is happening, ये 5 दिन का जो बोर्ड है तुम्हारा, ये पूरा का पूरा साइकोलॉजिकल असेसमेंट ही. तो इसमें जितने भी टेस्ट या टास्क तुमसे करा रहे हैं, एवरीथिंग इज साइकोमेट्रिक असेसमेंट. नेक्स्ट.
So the guys of SSC Tech gets commissioned into the combat regiments?
The chances are low because you have come in as a tech officer, so you would get a technical arm, which I said either engineers or EME. But if your merit is high and if you want to go to infantry or any other combat arm, then you can choose, because जब वो चूज करने के लिए तुमको बताते हैं वहाँ पे एकेडमी में, तो if your merit is high, then you will get your choice of arm and service मिल जाता है. As far as the special forces are concerned, parachute regiment or something like that, it is volunteer. वो volunteer basis पे ही मिलता है. उसमें डायरेक्ट कमीशन होता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं होता एकेडमी से भी, बट वॉलंटियर फॉर्म भरना पड़ता है. नेक्स्ट.
Narendra is asking how I have an upcoming SSB and every time in my PPDT GD, I face the problem in GD. How should I proceed? Not able to influence the group.
I just now explained that thing quite some time ago. We'll upload the recording of this webinar on SSB with ISV YouTube channel. Go through the recording again.
Yeah. Also, we are going to start our batch from 5th of February, Narendra. I have already shared my number, and my number always keep flashing on the screen, 9113979595. You can always reach out to me. We can, if you need a proper guidance, because obviously in one webinar in 1 hour we can't cover the depths of any topic. So you can always reach out to us and we'll see how we can help you out. Saubhik is saying it'll be my 13th attempt now and second last attempt.
No problem. I have got somebody who's come to me after failing for 16 times. So
And that was the first student, no? That was your first student.
Yeah, he was actually technically my second student, but yeah, 17th टाइम जाके recommend हुआ है. जाके चेक करो इस वेबसाइट को, यहाँ पे सक्सेस स्टोरीज लिखी हुई है. Read all what candidates have to talk. Okay, next.
How to approach the question, why shall I recommend you?
Because you are a person with reasonable common sense and you are a decent human being. Next.
Sir, what is the intellectual requirement to become an officer in Marcos after being an officer in Navy?
देखो, you come from a CV street, so you are a civilian. उससे तुमको पहले बनाना है ऑफिसर. ऑफिसर के बाद स्पेशलाइजेशन है मार्को. दिस इज स्पेशल फोर्सेस. ओके, तो इनके क्वालिफिकेशन रिक्वायरमेंट्स अलग होते हैं. यहाँ पे एक साइकोमेट्रिक एनालिसिस है जिसको हम SSB बोलते हैं. यहाँ पे भी अदर देन फिजिकल एंड मेंटल इमोशनल standards, you also have psychological analysis. ठीक है, इनके स्टैंडर्ड्स कुछ अलग होते हैं. ये भी साइंटिफिकली प्रिपेयर्ड है. अगर तुम इनके जितने भी टेस्ट होते हैं, these tests are not only physical but they are mental, emotional, psychological and to certain extent spiritual भी होते हैं. वहां तक भी घुसते हैं ये. जब तुम ये सारे टेस्ट क्लियर करोगे उसके बाद ही तुमको फ्रॉगमैन बैच देंगे. नहीं तो वो ऐसे ही फ्रॉगमैन नहीं बनाते. ये कहानी मार्कोस के लिए भी सही है, ये सही ठीक है, एंड पैरा के लिए भी ऐसी ही है. व्हेन यू वेयर स्पेशल फोर्सेस. ठीक है, आई हैव अ अपकमिंग पॉडकास्ट विद पैरा एसएफ ऑफिसर एंड आल्सो एनएसजी कमांडो, एनएसजी ऑफिसर. स्टे ट्यून टू रॉज दैट विद एनकेसी. सब पता चल जाएगा कि कैसे बनाने का स्पेशल फोर्सेस ऑफिसर. ठीक है, आई एम अ स्पेशलिस्ट हियर. ये मेरा स्पेशलाइजेशन नहीं है, but I just have exterior knowledge because I have not served in any special forces, so I'll not be able to comment much about it, but this is how generally it works. Next. Next. Okay, I think Hema is not there, so
Oh,
let's
no,
move on.
sorry, I'm there. I forgot that I was on mute. I was saying that we have covered almost every question till now, and I was also saying that if you guys need a daily dose of SSB, even if you are preparing for SSB, this podcast that Nikhil sir is talking about, Roger that with NKC, it is very, very useful, and because uh, indirectly or directly they are sharing their knowledge on how you guys can learn from there, and also it is going to help you in your SSB journey. So you
Hey
guys can
guys,
subscribe to that channel.
yeah, please subscribe that, and I'll start speaking about it later. Now, when is your right time to start preparing? There is no right time. बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि हम लोग रिटन एग्जाम क्लियर कर लेंगे उसके बाद में SSB जाएंगे. मतलब पहले रिटन एग्जाम पे टिक, ये हो गए हम क्वालिफाई, ग्रीन चेक, उसके बाद में हम स्टार्ट करेंगे SSB. और फिर पता चलता है कि है रिकमेंड तो हुआ ही नहीं, रिटन एग्जाम क्लियर हो गया लेकिन ये हुआ नहीं. तो देयर इज नो राइट टाइम. you have to start ASAP, as early as possible. You have to start ASAP. Okay. Now, if you take my classes, how will I help you? There are live sessions with me where I coach you on all the SSB related tasks and tests. GTO का theory होता है, GTO का practice होता है. Personal interviews taken by a DIPR certified interviewing officer and a DIPR certified psychologist will take mock psych test and you will get a feedback from him also and from him also. And of course, because I am the GTO, so तीनों का consolidated feedback भी आपको देंगे, ठीक है? And we'll give you some practice on current affairs and spoken English to improve your SSB specific communication skills and will boost your confidence. We'll try to tell you क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना. Each and every task will be explained with a demo and you can attend these sessions with us until you get your SSB date. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि अगर आप एक कोर्स में बैठे, वो बैच खत्म हो गया, अभी आपको फिर से रिपीट करना है, तो you guys can still repeat the course with me. You don't have to worry. ठीक है? This is the candid equation that I've been talking about. Your present level, when you appear for the SSB, when it is added with trainability, because I have to train you. I have to train you for 1.5 years or 4 years. If you are able to reach the average potential officer level, then only you get recommended. This is the candidate equation followed by the services selection board, which is followed by them or the AFSBs to recommend you. Nobody will tell you all these things. Only DIPR certified officers who have served or done a tenure at any of the boards that I have mentioned, 21 boards, and they have actually assessed candidates and they have sat in conferences. They will be the persons who will tell you exactly kya hai aur kya nahi hai. And trust me, the total number of group testing officers is a 2-digit number in India. And people who have retired from service and who have taken up coaching candidates as a passion is not more than 15 or 12 to 15 people, online and offline coaching मिला करके. But online world में the number is a single digit number. One of them is there on this webinar with you today. So we will find this gap between your present level and minimum acceptable level that needs to be sent to the academy. ये गैप को तुम फिल करोगे तो ही तुम recommend होगे. That's why I'm saying as early as possible, irrespective of your written exams, you should start preparing for the SSB. Okay. Okay. You can join our free WhatsApp group. Hema, you can post the link in case
Yeah.
if you.
Yes. So guys, we keep doing a lot of webinars, and almost every week or every 10 days, I'm posting the link in the chat group. You can take it from there.
Okay, guys. Okay. If there are any more questions, then we can take the questions now.
1 second, I'm just copying the link. Yeah, the link is in the chat section, guys. You can take it from there. Or even if you're not able to, find the group or you're not able to join it, just text me on my number after this webinar. I'll help you out. I'll take some questions. There was one very good question. Pankaj is asking, sir, can you please explain the term spirituality towards forces?
Social adaptability factor 2 में फर्स्ट ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटी है. उसके अंदर एक जगह पे डेफिनेशंस में एक जगह पे आएगा ये कीननेस एंड इंटरेस्ट इन सर्विस लाइफ. ये स्पिरिचुअल होता है. उनको कोई धक्का मार के नहीं भेज सकता फौज के अंदर. ये अंदर से आना चाहिए. ये तुम्हारे सबकॉन्शियस से रिलेटेड है. ये तभी होगा जब तुम्हारा अनकॉन्शियस क्लीन एंड क्लियर है, कचरा कम है, डर्ट कम है. नेक्स्ट.
One second. Sir, I'm currently in second semester in my BTech Mechanical. So as per my time in hand, how should we approach our preparation? Like how would we plan our way in the armed forces?
Hop, skip, run, jump, and sweat every day, and start reading newspapers and books other than your engineering books. Next.
How to tackle GPE as everyone is keen on discussing problems and no one is listening and giving their opinions.
This is a topic in itself. He has to come to the class. Can't be covered within 1 hour or within 2-3 minutes. समझना पड़ेगा जेनेसिस जीपी करते क्यों है, तभी समझ में आएगा कि हैंडल कैसे करना है डिस्कशन. नेक्स्ट.
I think to understand each and every task and the depth of it, you need to understand it from somebody who's been there and done that. Somebody like Nikhil sir, who is teaching, and he has a very good, like we have a good success rate also. Next, one question I'm taking is, many people face problem from nervousness. How does it affect?
नहीं, नर्वस होना क्यों है, मैं तो ये नहीं समझ में आया. तुम्हारा मनसा वाचा एंड कर्मणा ये सिंक होना चाहिए. किस बात का नर्वसनेस है? लोगों को देख के डर लगता है? जाओ बाहर जाओ, बस्ता उठाओ, अपना सिंगल ट्रैवल करो, सोलो ट्रैवल, जाओ नए लोगों से मिलो, बातचीत करो, ज्ञान लो. ट्रैवलिंग से भी ज्ञान मिलता है जीवन में. किताबें पढ़ो. कुछ नहीं तो अननोन लोग जिनको तुम जानते पहचानते नहीं हो, अननोन लोगों के ग्रुप्स में बैठो, सोशल गैदरिंग्स में जाओ, लोगों से मिलो, बातचीत होगी, अपने आप नर्वसनेस दूर हो जाएगी. नर्वस होना क्यों है, मुझे वही नहीं समझ में आता. अगर नर्वस हो गए तो हाउ विल यू कमांड मैन? At the age of 21, you're commanding 200 men and asking them to get into the face of death, where the chances of coming back alive are very bleak naturally, but you have to still get back alive because it's a one-way door. You have to perforce make it two-way door because you are an officer. If you are nervous, how will you lead men? How will you become an officer? Next.
This is the last question, as I can see. Important topics to study for CDS and AFCAT.
रिटन एग्जाम के बारे में बेटा, आई डोंट गिव एनी कोचिंग, बट जो नोटिफिकेशन है उसके अंदर टॉपिक्स लिखे होते हैं. गवर्नमेंट का जो स्टैंडर्ड नोटिफिकेशन है, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बुक्स दैट यू फाइंड सीडीएस एंड एफकैट के लिए. जस्ट बाय अ स्टैंडर्ड बुक एंड स्टार्ट रीडिंग. नेक्स्ट.
There is a syllabus. We are done with the questions. I can't see any question after this.
Yeah, guys. So our batches run every day, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And for any batch related query, you can contact him on this number, 9113979595. It's a very simple number. Today we have a special offer which Hema will tell you. Yeah, Hema.
Yeah, so whoever is interested, who have already applied for SSB or people who are preparing for SSB, and if you want to, get that direct guidance and you don't want to roam around all over the internet, this is the time for you. I mean, because there is a different thing, unique quality about Nikhil sir I'll talk about is he can connect with you guys in a very, very well way, better way than the other. I mean, I will not talk about anybody else, but yeah. So, whatever is covered in that, as Nikhil sir has already mentioned, if you want to know more about this, you can always call me on my number. My number, as it was showing there, we'll show it again. So that entire fees for this is 10,000 rupees, and there is an 18% GST also included on it. So it is a mandatory thing for us to apply the 18% GST on the fees. But if anybody who's interested and you want to register for this upcoming batch, we will waive off the 18% GST, and you only have to pay the fees, that is 10,000 rupees. So that's the offer for today. If anybody of you are interested, for the batch that we are going to start from 5th of February, we have already started the registrations and we are going to close all the registrations by tomorrow evening. You guys can reach out to me and I'll help you out. You can take it forward, Nikhil sir.
Thank you, Hema. Yeah. So
7 to 9 is the time. Somebody was asking.
Okay, guys. 70 बच्चे पढ़ाए, only 70 students till date, and 19 students have got recommended till now.
Also, one more thing, Nikhil sir. We got one message from one, not 19th, so already I recommended, but we got message from yesterday from one more student, no, Ayush.
Yeah, he got recommended.
No, he's still going through it, but first day he got screened in, he got shortlisted.
Yeah. Ayush.
Yes.
So, yeah. Guys, straightforward process hai. There is a lot of kachra, dirt, muck, myth floating on the YouTube channels, which are run by people who have not served as services selection boards of our country. SSB as a process was started in 1941 as War Office Selection Board by British Army, Navy and the Air Force. आज 2024 है, सिर्फ स्टेज 1 इंट्रोड्यूस किया है as the first filter, but the stage 2 process which was there rampant, this happened somewhere in 1980s में, late 1980s में हुआ था ये. Stage 2 as a filter, जो stage 2 the detailed testing that I mentioned, जो second day से start होता है present day SSB में, it's been there since 1941. आज भी ऐसे ही चल रहा है. जो SSB में रहा है, some officer who has served there has done this training to become a GTO or a psychologist or the interning officer. They are the right people who will tell you. And recently who have come out of the system, they'll be able to tell you. And if you have a youngster like me who can connect with you guys, the millennials, the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas, the future of Indian Armed Forces, then better for you guys, right? Because we talk in bro codes, right? Bro codes. So yeah, he's the guy. 17th time he got recommended. 16 times fail. Surya Bhan Singh, serving officer in the army now. ऐसे तो बहुत सारे हैं. You got so many students who have gotten recommended. And everybody comes and takes a photo with me after they get recommended. So yeah, guys, Instagram channel. This is an old picture. We've just hit 4K. That is me, Lieutenant Commander Nikhil, the GTO. Search me by my name, Nikhil Kumar Chandrakala. By the way, Chandrakala is my mom's name. I'm known by my mother's name. So yeah, search for me on Instagram. Just type my name on Google and you'll find all my social media links. Follow me. Daily dose on young military leadership, YML and SSB keeps coming on this handle. And yeah, there's a YouTube channel as well, Roger That with NKC. This is a channel where I talk about the process. Young military leadership and services selection board, a beautiful method to figure out military leadership. क्या है exactly, what is military leadership? What does it take to get inside a door which is a one-way door? Because you take an oath to serve until the peril of your life. इसका मतलब होता है जान भी अगर दांव पे लगाना पड़े तो भी you will serve. ये करने के लिए क्या लगता है ना, that exactly is being discussed on this channel. Roger that with NKC. And we have about 6K subscribers now. This is an old picture. Okay. If we have no further questions, then we can go ahead. Hima?
Anuj was saying, sir, I'm a core repeater. Need to know my weaknesses.
Come to the class, join the course, and we'll figure it out. Next.
I'll just see in the Q&A section if there's any. No, I think we have covered everything.
Okay, guys. So note down these numbers. Hima is reachable here. This is my number. And yeah, stay tuned with us on our WhatsApp group, the link that was shared on the group. That's it.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for attending the session, giving us your time. If you have any queries related to SSB, you can always reach out to me or the numbers that are flashing on the screen. We'll definitely would love to help you out. You can end this, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So finally, I've now been able to switch on my camera. Bye, guys. And and I'll see you soon in case if you guys are joining my batch. Yeah. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay tuned for the next free webinar.